What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Controversy Lab, where controversy is key. I'm your host, Lakel House.
And I am the RTJ.
All right, so what are we talking about today for the people?
Today we're kind of a bit of a, I don't know if to call it sad or bad news, but dang it.
Start over. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Controversy Lab.
Where controversy is key.
I'm your host, Lakel House.
And I am the RTJ.
All right, and what are we drinking on today for the people, RTJ?
Today we're drinking on Saison Dupont.
Okay.
Dupont. Yeah, okay. I got it because I just basically like the bottle. It's a real,
cool.
Real high, nice bottle.
Oh shit! Show it to the camera. Show it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
See.
That is out of focus. That camera doesn't autofocus.
Oh, my bad.
You got to hold it by your head. When your head's the focal point. There you go. Hey, how the motherfuckers do on YouTube? They be like this. They be putting their hand behind the shit, trying to focus. We ain't got that set up.
This is a farmhouse ale from Belgium that I wanted to try, so I just figured I'd grab something today.
Oh, sounds good.
Ooh,
look at that carbonation.
Champagne beers. That's what the color on this is. Oh, that's a beautiful color.
Lovely. Look at the head.
Ooh, baby.
Kind of citrus base like the last brew we had last week. If this one has more of a hoppy smell, like an IPA.
Yeah.
Toast, another episode, Controversy Lab.
Well, controversy is key. Got a pretty bitter.
Yeah, it has like an IPA kick to it. Still good, not bad. I like the beer we had last week a little bit better.
The triple.
Yeah, the triple. That was pretty good. But the DuPont was actually pretty good. I would definitely. So, where did you actually purchase this bottle from?
Got it from Peachtree City, which is a place here in Georgia, and I think it's called Peachtree City World of Beverage. It's they got a nice selection of beers, a different assortment of all types of beers. So,
all right. So, Controversy Lab rating: thumbs up, thumbs down, in 3, 2, 1. Shit.
Why did you go up?
I mean, because it kind of has an IPA taste, but it's still smooth. It's smoother than an IPA. I'm not an IPA fan.
On a scale of 5.
A scale of 5?
Yeah.
1 to 5?
1 to 5.
What would I rate it?
Yeah.
2.5.
2.5. So halfway.
Yeah, halfway mark. What would you rate it?
I give it a 5 too, because it's not one of those I call for, but I like to get.
You gave it thumbs down though.
That's okay, because it's not what I would call for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not one of those I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get a saison. So
yeah, I don't think it's something that I would actually. Let's rate it again.
Okay. Well, out of 5.
Well, let's give it a thumbs up, thumbs down first.
Okay.
Okay, so thumbs up, thumbs down. What do we give it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I moved too fast?
No, I give it a maybe.
Oh, maybe? Okay, cool.
I give it a maybe.
Why do you give it a maybe?
I give it a maybe because even though it has an IPA hoppy taste, it's not too hoppy. IPAs are cool. I'm not too crazy about IPAs. An IPA to me is manageable if it's not super hoppy. So this isn't super hoppy. I like the triple that we had last week. To me, was much better. It was an amazing profile. This is not something I would just run to the store and say, hey, let me buy this.
Okay.
But if somebody had it, I would drink it. I would indulge. So I give it a maybe. What about you?
I give it a thumbs down because it's not one of the ones I would call for.
Got it.
Like, I'm never thinking of this again, but if I wanted to, ooh, kind of bubbly. Yeah. If I wanted to get it, I'm not going to say if I wanted to get it, but if I couldn't find anything else, it'd be something I'd grab.
Okay, 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. I give it a 2. What about you?
I give it a 2.5.
2.5, halfway. So they fit, yeah. I'm under halfway. You're halfway.
Halfway. All right, so what are we talking about today for the people?
Today we'll be talking about a Baltimore man that fatally shot his the mothers of both his children.
So his current girlfriend who he was in a relationship with, and then his ex-wife, who was taking him through the ringer in court. So before we get into it, we're going to play the clip. Let you guys see the clip. Of course, you don't have to be worried about being squeamish. It doesn't show him actually killing anyone.
Yeah.
But he does. The video is chilling, so we'll just roll the video so you guys can see it.
That I would be doing this, but I gotta make it quick. For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, and start dating somebody new. And she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. First thing she does, she's threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here.
All right, there you have it. There's the video. What are your thoughts, man?
This is where and I have to say this, guys. This is where the mentally ill part I'm kind of I don't know about. Like he was on recording himself, talking to himself, trying to talk himself down from what happened, but it's like he's mentally ill. So how do you combat that? How do you say something about that?
I mean, he was actually posting it for social media, posting it online.
You think so?
I think that's the gist of it. He was actually
for education or just.
But that's what he said. He said that he's doing this, to spread awareness about depression and things like that. Here's the key factor, right? And I never wish death on anyone, and I don't think anyone deserves death. I would never do that, not even towards my worst enemy. But what I will say is that what people are overlooking is something that's consistently perpetuated as it relates in America to family law. Women typically have all the power as it relates to family structure. When children are born outside of wedlock, the man has absolutely no say, no control, no power. And we often forget that a man contributes DNA to the birth of a child. So when you actually think about it, it's saying that by me giving you my DNA, once you become pregnant, you own my DNA. Because fathers have absolutely no rights whatsoever.
Oh, yes, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once the child is born, even if you're not married, the woman automatically gets rights. But a father has to go get legitimized. He has to go to child support court. And as it relates in America, they say that you don't have any rights just because you pay child support, right? So this issue is something that is prevalent in our fucking country, which is we need equality for men. And I've always said this, in the past, on past episodes.
Okay.
We just haven't had any episodes speaking specifically about child support, but I think that's something that we should talk about. Hopefully, a next series of episodes next month, we'll kind of dabble into child support and family law as it relates to men and the family structure.
So you thinking it's you're saying that it's what happened, what he did was caused strictly because how the courts are?
Most definitely. I think what happened, I think that the individuals who are at fault, the women are at fault, yes, for playing games.
Okay.
Now, secondary from them, the court system is at fault because the structure is men have no rights when fathers should have rights as soon as the baby is born because my DNA, right? Once I, come inside of this woman and we have a child, my DNA is a part of that child. The child cannot be born without my DNA. So you're essentially saying that I have no ownership to my own DNA once I get a woman pregnant. That's fucking wrong.
So I agree. I agree with you that's wrong. But what I'm saying is, it costs. So you're saying the government is at cost for his mental state?
Yes, to have a contribution to his mental state being fucked up. For this, I'll give you a case in point, right?
Okay.
There was a story that was publicized a few years ago, where a man got a woman pregnant. They were in a relationship. She decided that she wanted to give the baby up for adoption. The man didn't want her to give the baby up for adoption, but because they weren't married, he had no say so. The law prevented him from having a say so. When this woman went to have the baby, she gave the baby up for adoption, and she refused to let him in the delivery room. Okay. And when he tried to go in the delivery room, they said they would arrest him for trying to go in the delivery room. So we are bound by the laws of the land in this country. So the law is what prevented him from intervening to have his own child given up for adoption. The woman had 100% power in that situation where he had none. That is from the structure of our government that takes the power away from the man and gives the man absolutely no power whatsoever. So just like he said in the video, he said he's been going to court with this woman for several years, over 3 years, just trying to see his kid.
Okay.
And just to give you guys some insight, I've been in court for almost 2 years to see my kid.
Okay.
I have absolutely no fucking power whatsoever. And the court systems often heavily lean in the favor of the woman, unfortunately, right? Because she has all the rights.
Okay.
You know, I as a man have to prove that, you know, I deserve to see my kid, or I have to prove that I'm fit as a parent.
Okay.
Right. So all these things the mother does not have to prove, you know, coming off the bench, because she already has all those rights already to start with. So as he said, I've been in court with this woman, won't let me see my kids. She's alleging to the courts that I sexually assaulted and molested my kids. When you're going to court, you know, trying to see your children, and a woman brings up allegations, it depends on who, you know, initiated the court, right? Because you have the petitioner and the respondent. The way that the law is in our country, I don't have to prove that you did something if I'm the petitioner. All I have to say is you did it.
You got to prove your innocence.
And you have to prove your innocence. Like, to break that down, the people don't understand the way the law works. I could say that you stole my Rolex. The Rolex could have never existed. You have to prove you didn't take my imaginary Rolex. That's the way the law works. So if the mother was the petitioner and she went to court and said, no, I don't want him to have access to these children, he molested them, he has to prove he didn't molest them. And at that point, the judge will probably order him to some psychiatric evaluations. She'll probably order therapy sessions with him and the kids. She'll investigate deeper to see if something actually did happen, which can drag out a court case even longer. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, did the government contribute? Yes, because at the end of the day, fathers should be giving automatic rights as soon as that child is born. But the court system giving this woman all this power to use this power against him, now she has the court system on her side, fighting to keep this man away from seeing his children, because now he has to prove his innocence. Okay. He has to prove his fitness. He has to prove that he hasn't molested these kids, right? And because he doesn't have any rights off the rip. And even people say, well, he was married. Even in divorce, it's the same thing. You still have to get your rights as a man. You have to fight for, I want these days. You have to prove that you're fit. Because once you get divorced, by default, them kids are going with that mama. Off the rip. Unless the judge looks and sees that she's not fit, which a lot of times is pretty hard to prove. She has to be on drugs, or, you know, she has to be molesting them, abusing them. But this is our system that we deal with. So what I will say is, you know, condolences to both of the women that lost their lives.
Yes.
You know, but the bad thing is we have to look at, you know, his significant other. What women often do, right? She sat here and said, I'm going to do the same thing that she's doing to you. You'll never see your kid. You know what I'm saying? Taking a man who's already going through some bullshit and then, you know, creating the same issue all over again. The court system are basically giving these women the power to do what they're doing. And there's a lot of women.
Okay, but why doesn't the government affect everybody that's going through it like that?
What do you mean?
Because if you're going through a similar situation, why aren't you affected like his? Your mental state. Well, I'm questioning his mental state, what he's currently going through, his modes.
Because there's many different levels and facets of what people go through. Like, for example, I can't compare my life to his life. I don't know his life.
Okay.
Neither one of us know his life. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what kind of trauma he had coming up. We don't even know like you alluded to, we don't know what his mental state was. So the only thing that we can go off of is the information that we're given, right? So in my situation, I was not accused of molesting my daughter. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, my situation is not 3 years. I can't sit here and tell you what my reaction or response would be.
Okay.
If it was 3 years and if she said I molested them, if a judge believed it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have, a girl that I just got pregnant who I've been dedicated to, who's my girlfriend, who I may be living with, who just told me I'm gonna do the same shit to you.
Okay. All right, I got you.
So I haven't gone through those things. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I don't like people that will, I have an issue when people turn around and try to judge someone like, oh, how could he do that? You don't know what the fuck you would do if you were put in the same situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know. So, all I can say is I understand. I'm not saying that it's justified. I'm not saying he did the right thing. But what I'm saying is, as a father who's going through something very, very similar, I understand. And I feel like it's a travesty for us to sit here and say, and not saying that you're saying this, but it's a travesty for us to say, oh, he's at fault. He's the problem. He's the reason it happened. Maybe his mental state. I think this shit starts with the government, because if fathers were given the exact rights that women are given when they had the children, this issue would have never happened. Why? Because he would have his kid. And the woman to say, I'm going to do the exact same shit to you that she doing, she wouldn't have the power to say that, because he would automatically have rights to his kid. So these situations would never fucking happen. Fathers need equal equality as it relates to children in the family structure, because it's been proven by psychiatric therapists that a child only needs to be with the mother for the first 5 years. After the first 5 years, it does not matter who the child is with. It doesn't matter whether the child is with the father or the mother. That has been proven through extensive study. First 5 years, child needs to be with mama. Everything after that, it doesn't really fucking matter. It doesn't affect the child more negatively or positively, which parent they're with. That's been proven.
Okay.
So
I guess I'm just more so like not as passionate. I'm with you, but I'm just not as passionate about blaming the government, because I'm in a whole different situation. I got my child.
But your situation is different though.
I know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't be as passionate. I understand it, but I can't be as passionate about it like you are.
I mean, it's not that I'm passionate. It's just that it's a fact. It's a 100% unequivocal fact. Fathers do not have rights.
No,
and it's and it's wrong. It's not coming from a place of passion, so to speak, like because I'm affected by it, right? I know I have to deal with it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing is this, like, I don't really internalize the way that the structure works because it's my fucking fault, right? Like the court system, like the court systems and judges say, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Yes.
Unfortunately, as fucked up as it sounds, as much as you want to flip a judge off, he's fucking right. He or she is right. We know the law of the land exists. It is our responsibility to go research what the laws are. Nobody's going to hold our hand. I personally believe that law should be integrated in school systems. I feel like every school from elementary to high school to college should teach some level of law so people understand and know what the laws are that govern them. That's what I believe personally. But, with that being said, I shouldn't have been out here having children with women not knowing fully extensively how it would affect me in the long run.
And see, that's more what I'm looking at, the blame of the women. Like, I'm saying it's the women's fault. Women got to do better.
Yes, the women have to do better. But at the end of the day, the women are simply using a tool that has been created for them that they can use to leverage against you.
Yes.
That's like saying, that's like putting, a group of people in a room, right?
Okay.
And then dropping all kind of weapons in the room, starving the people in the room, and then locking the door and saying, I blame the people who picked up the knives and stabbed people. Yes, like they're at fault for picking up knives and stabbing people and trying to kill people inside the room to survive. But how do we overlook the people who created the room, who brought the weapons in the room, put the weapons in the room? Because at the end of the day, the family law structure is created that way to create division within the family system, within the family structure. It is designed to give all the power to the woman.
But it's still a choice of the woman if she wants to use that or not.
I don't understand how you can overlook the fact that there are certain. Okay, so for example, that's like sitting here saying like when the government creates laws that heavily police black people, you don't blame the government for creating the laws, you blame the cops for locking them up.
No, I blame the motherfuckers for doing the dumb shit.
Exactly. So how can you completely overlook the government system that created the laws? That's just like saying, Joe Biden is not at fault for creating the 96 crime bill that heavily policed black neighborhoods and locked up black people. You say you don't blame him for that. He's not at fault for that.
No,
that's essentially what you're saying.
No, it's not. If you were to give me something, it is my choice to use it. Correct.
Correct. But the person but you're still trying to remove the blame away from the people that created the laws in the first place.
Because it's my choice to do right or wrong by you.
Okay, so you're saying that the 96 crime bill has no issues. Joe Biden created a 96 crime bill, and there's nothing fucked up about that.
No, that is fucked up. But it's, at the end of the day, for everybody who got locked up, they had a choice to make to either break the law or not break the law.
But you do realize a lot of people that got like swept up in that crime bill, a lot of those people did not commit crimes.
Yes, I do know that. I do know that.
So it's their fault too? So whose fault is it in that sense?
But you're still taking blame for people. Like you're still taking blame for the people who made the choices. Their choice in that situation was, if their choice in that situation was, I don't know. you got me on that one. I don't know. You got me.
Well, I mean,
you got me on that one. I'll give you that one.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But, so with that being said, I mean,
I don't know, man.
Unfortunately, we're over time for this episode. Unfortunately, I would love to talk about this all day. You know what I'm saying? But until y'all start subscribing, until y'all get us up to 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna keep these episodes short. Because we don't want to edit, a whole hour worth of footage, and you guys aren't watching, you guys are supporting. So,
fucker,
thank you. Motherfucker. It's not often he admits it, so that's a big win for us. Hey, okay. Yeah. With that being said, guys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to
comment in the comment section.
Comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. Do you think that the government is wrong for not giving fathers equality as it relates to family structures? Do you feel like this individual was wrong for what he did? I feel like, of course, he was wrong. He should have never shot his girlfriend in the head based on her remarks and her comments. I think that's fucked up. I mean, I get it, bro, but you're killing your girlfriend and your unborn child, right? And then now you basically taking your mother away from your other children that you're fighting in court to get. So now they go into the system, right? So it's just a dumbass fucking decision. You know what I'm saying? Brother, take it on the chin, take it in stride, and keep fucking pushing. Murder is never the answer, especially as it relates to the women who are taking care of your children, right? That is a weak cop-out, I think. With that being said, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that being said, this concludes the episode for today.